All right, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica. Today we are doing my makeup collection video. In past, I've done like separate videos. Last time I did one full video, so this will just be one long video of my entire makeup collection, which really the only one that's like the only category that is absolutely insane are going to be my eyeshadow category. So I think that we can do it. Last time it was just a longer video. This time it'll be a longer video. But yeah, here we are. So just so you all know, I had a moment in time where I was very highly influenced from the influencers of the beauty community. And so my collection definitely reflects that. Specifically, my eyeshadow collection, I think you'll really be able to see. I mean, the rest of it as well, but really, it's the eyeshadow palette collection. You'll see like the older palettes and everything. My whole thing is I'm really trying to dwindle down my collection because I don't want to have a big collection. My biggest goal is to eventually fit everything in this little caboodle. And it's not little, it's still massive. But right now, I definitely can't do that. I mean, I could fit a lot more than what's in here. However, I would still have so much, so I don't like overcrowd this. I still make it so I can see everything in it. But that's beside the point. We'll go ahead and get started with everything. We'll start with the face stuff. I may throw in my brows. I'll see. Let me see on the setup what we're actually seeing first. Okay, so this is going to be my first section. This section is really like the section that I feel I have a lot of like control over in my collection, meaning I don't have an overflow of like just too many products. It's very, I mean, everything in these categories are, we have like three or less, or I mean, this one technically has four with how I count it because there's like three powders in that, but yeah, so we'll just get started. We have my primers over here, aka my primer, and this is the Stila One Step Correct primer. I just started using this. I've gone up a little bit pretty quickly actually, but I really like this primer. I know that this was like a big thing. I know like ShanXO always like really talked it up, and I finally have like I wanted to, it was on my like list to purchase. And I just recently purchased it, and it's pretty great. I understand the hype around this. I do want to try like some other primers. I have tried, like I've sampled the One Step, or no, the Makeup Forever, no, what is it? The Milk Makeup gripping primer. So I've tried that in like samples, and I really want to get that next time because I also really like that. But this is like such like one that I'm definitely wanting to repurchase like after it's done, because it just is like, I don't know, it's hydrating and yet also really helps like my foundation stick to my face and stay to my face, which I really like. And next we have this is my foundation category. This is technically a concealer, but it's so dark. And I really bought it just to deepen out my foundations because, yeah. So I bought it like in deeper shade just to mix. So, yeah, because I go from like really, really light and pale to like a normal skin color. And so, yeah, I just need like a little bit of help mixing. But anyways, we have our Estee Lauder Double Wear. This one I've had for a minute. I've had many a repurchase of this. This is the It Cosmetics CC Oil-Free Matte concealer, or not concealer, cream, CC cream. And I've repurchased this a couple of times as well. I like it and I don't like it at the same time. I feel like it really breaks down. Like when it breaks down like awful. Like it's just so, so bad. And then we have the Benefit concealer. This is my like mixing. I like to mix it with this one because this one's a little too light for me at this moment in time. So those are my foundations. We'll see. Hopefully we can get through them, more, I don't know, a little bit quicker. I feel like I've been wearing less and less foundation, so I feel like I need just less and less. I have two concealers. This one is the Kosas concealer. I love this concealer. I'm to about here right now. It works really, really well. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD concealer. This has been a many a time repurchase, but I do think that this is a new contender, the Kosas concealer. However, I do know that I've heard that it definitely goes bad fairly quickly. So, I mean, again, though, this is a category that I don't have a problem with in terms of going through it quickly because I only have so many. So, yeah, so far it hasn't gone bad on me, knock on wood, but yeah, so that one is something I am wary about, but I think that this would be another really great repurchase. Next, I have my Fenty Beauty powder, Pro Filter powder. Here we go. There it is. I've had that for a minute. I'm not sure if I like it, honestly, but I don't know if it's just I don't like the powder in general or like the foundation powder that much. Also, it's a little too light, so I think that's part of it. And then I have my Makeup Forever loose setting powder. That one's pretty great. Like it a lot. We have my 2 eyebrow products. This is the MAC Big Boost Fiber Gel. I've had it for a minute. I think I need like a new one soon because there's just, I don't know if you can really tell, but there's like a ton of windowing through here. But yeah, I do like that. Mainly because I try to dye my brows, but sometimes on the in-between, like I don't quite get there. But I have really, really light brows, so I do like that it kind of gives it a little bit of a color. And then I have this Brow Gal palette, and I have 3 shades in here. I'm mixing these 2 shades, and then we'll work on that one. But this has been around for a hot minute. It'll continue to be around for a hot minute. Yeah. And then I have the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is like the one eyeshadow primer that I've been using since like forever. So yeah, I like it, still like it. I'm sure I'll repurchase it. And then I have a CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume Mascara. I've repurchased this quite a few times, but I do like to play around with my mascaras. That's the only mascara I have in my collection right now. And I have one eyeliner in my collection. This is in my Project 100 pan. I really want to use this up because I don't think I need eyeliner in my collection at all. But yeah, it's a blue liner. I think you can tell there. And I mean, it works fine, but I want it out. It's in Hyacinth if I didn't already say that. So hopefully next year, whenever I do this update, I will have no eyeliners in my collection because I don't feel like I need it. So yeah, these are like my categories that I have under control. Let's move on to the colored face products. Okay, as far as I know, I have all of my blushes and bronzers right here. Other than I do have in this like Tarte Kaleidoscope palette, we do have a blush and a bronzer and then a highlight, which I'll bring back out. But yeah, so we have those. These are the rest of the blush and bronzers. So yeah, this is gonna be my only contour as well. This is in my Project 100 pan. This is from the IBY Beauty Contour and Highlight palette. So yeah, that one's almost done, which is exciting. Next year, I definitely that won't be a part of the collection, which is great. This is a Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I think this is in the milk chocolate. This one's also in my Project 100 pan. So hopefully this time next year, that one won't be in here. This one is in the medium and deep for the Chocolate Soleil. Next we have, let's do the Juvia's. We have a Juvia's Place. This is in the light bronzer palette. I haven't used that yet, but this was actually whenever I did my Project 50 pan and I got all 50 products out, I went ahead and I bought one new thing from my collection, from my inflated categories in my collection. I chose to bring in a bronzer. Technically, with how I count my pans now, it is 2 products because there are 2 pans in there, but there you go. And then I have this IT Cosmetics bronzer, ombre radiant bronzer, and it's really beautiful. I'm scared though when I do have to pan this because it is so massive, but it is beautiful. The other bronzer that I would have in my collection is going to be this bronzer right here from the Smashbox palette, and along with these 2 blushes. This was from a while ago. I don't even know. I think it might be one of my older, yeah, probably one of my oldest. After these 2, definitely my oldest in my collection of bronzers. Okay, so those are all my bronzers. Now I'll move on to the blushes. So this is from the IT Cosmetics Beauty Book. As you can see, I've emptied out all of this. Next would be the blush, and then I do still have all the eyeshadows, so we'll be seeing this again for my eyeshadow palette collection. And then we have this one from Pretty Vulgar, and it's in Make Them Blush. This is a Franken blush that I've mixed like some lipsticks and cream highlighter in here, and yeah, so it's just like a way to really help me really move through my lipsticks and cream highlighters, but yeah, it is a blush. We have this Tarte blush in Blissful. It's like a little deluxe size sample. We have this sample one, or I mean, it's like a single pan. I don't remember what company it's from, but it's a beautiful, like, just, I don't know, non-blush blush. It's just really, yeah, a neutral blush, I would say. It's gorgeous though. And then I have my Almay, and this one is in the Smart Shade Powder Blush in 30 Coral, really pretty. This one is an It Cosmetics Ombre Blush in Sugar Plum. And then I have two Laura Geller. This one, that it has a little bit more bronzy color mixed in, is the Apricot Berry. This one is more pinky, and it is called Tropical Hues. I have a Too Faced Sweet Tea bronzer, or not Sweet Tea, is it? Sweetheart, oh my gosh. I used to have a Sweet Tea bronzer. This is a Sweetheart blush. And this one is in Peach Beach. And I can't wait to get to this. It's so pretty looking, oh my gosh. I'm like so excited to finish it because it is such bulky packaging, yet it's like so gorgeous. I'm like, I don't want to touch it. But that's not the way things work around here. We got to move through our makeup collection. And then I have NARS sample in Deep Throat. Yeah, super fun name. That was sarcasm, in case you didn't catch that. This one is a palette, that I got from BoxyCharm, and it is from the Real Her palette. So it has 3 blushes in it. This one is like a true rose, a coral, and then I guess more of like a bronzer blush almost. It looks really pretty, but it is called Fearless, Limitless, and Unstoppable. And they're like a baked blush. And last but not least, we have these blushes over here. These are 2 highlighters, so we'll talk about that when we get to our highlighters. But this is the Tarte Color Wheel palette. I think this was like maybe the 3rd year that they did it. So I finished up this one, yay. So now we just have the 7 that we're working with in here. And the one that's next in my Project 100 pan that I'm currently using is Icon. So again, hopefully next time, this time next year, we'll have one less product in here. Okay, so now we're into my highlighter collection. Once again, we're seeing a little bit extra, you know, from some places because they have blush in them. For instance, this one is my Tarte, again, the Tarte Kaleidoscope palette, and we have that highlighter right here. So the rest of it, we'll just go through. We have the Tarte, we have the 2 highlighters just there, and my Tarte Color Wheel. This one is from RK Beauty. I haven't actually tried it yet. It's a little bit rougher of like a formula, but yeah, I got this like kind of given to me, so yeah, I took it up and it looks beautiful. It is in Champagne Glow. Next, we have this cream highlighter from It Cosmetics. This is what I'm using to franken my my Franken blush. So it just adds like kind of depigments the lipsticks from being so bright and allows a little bit of a glow. So, you know, hopefully by the next time we do another Franken blush, this will be all gone. That would be lovely. And this is in Radiance. My mom had that and gave it to me, and so it's a little bit older. It feels like not as creamy just because it is a little bit older. So that's why I'm kind of using it in that way, just because I think that it doesn't quite translate anymore onto the face without, you know, kind of mixing in with the lipsticks already. And then we have this palette. It's a Jessica Liebenstein palette, and it's a highlighter palette, and the 2 shades are Rose Quartz and Chocolate Diamond. Rose Quartz, Chocolate Diamond, and these are blinding. They're so beautiful. I got this in a BoxyCharm way back in the day. Yeah, I can't wait to get to panning those. So pretty. Then we have 2 Laura Geller. This one is in Gilded Honey, and this one is in Charming Pink. Again, gifts from my mom. Beautiful. Can't wait to get to these ones. Oh man, I just hit that. Okay, and then we have the Becca Champagne Pop. This one is one that I'm currently panning. It does have a pan in it. Yay. It's my Project 100 pan. I don't think I'll be able to finish it in the year, but we will see and try our hardest. But I would not be surprised to see if this is still in the collection this time next year. And then I am also panning one of these. I'm panning the one in Ethereal. And these are the Laura Geller Easy Illuminating Stick. This one's the one in Ethereal, and it's kind of like a pinky shade. And then I have another one called Diamond Dust, And this is what this one looks like. It's white, but it has like a pearly element to it. And I have actually used a full one of these before. And yeah, so that is my highlighter collection. All right, everyone. So these are all of my eyeshadow palettes. Yeah, so it is vast different from the rest of my collection. There's just so many. I think I'm gonna go ahead and talk with you all about them based on, I guess, like, we'll start with the ones that are, I guess, used the most, like the ones that are currently in my projects. The first one we'll talk about is going to be my IBY Beauty little trio here. We do have one full shadow gone. These two are pretty close. Again, next time this year, or this time next year, keep mixing that up. This time next year, hopefully this one will not be in the collection anymore. The next one that I think is going to be closest to getting finished is actually this one. And this is the Real Her I Feel Beautiful palette in volume 3. So this one's in my Project 100 pans. It was in my Project pan in everything. So I hit pan in every single shade in here. And now I'm working on using it 100 times. And we're really just concentrating on these shades to see how quickly I can, I don't know, I guess use it up. But yeah, after that, I think I'm going to fold it into a pan that palette and finish it off because we are pretty close on some of these. And this is with like using it around, I think I'm on 49 uses after, you know, hitting pan and everything. So yeah. Oh, I realized no, actually, sorry, change in lighting. Okay, there we go. Better lighting. Okay, so yeah, so this one I think will also be, if not finished by next year, because I don't know, there's still quite a bit of product in here. At the very least, like lots, definitely a lot of shadows gone from here. Okay, next we have this Too Faced Chocolate Bonbon palette. So this one does have quite a bit of usage in it. It's my pan palette right now that is not the IBY Beauty. It's the next one that's going to be, you know, I'm trying to finish. However, like right now, that IBY Beauty one is like my number one that I'm trying to finish, and then we'll work on. But right now, I've worked on malted mocha divinity, and that's about all that I've like really worked on panning a look. The rest I've used like for other eyeshadow looks that I have, but and different panning excursions. But right now, yeah, this one is, I think we'll have a lot more progress next year. Okay, next one up is actually going to be, this is from Blink and BoxyCharm, and it is 5 shimmers here. This one has pan, yay. This is gonna be this is my next pan and everything. I'm working on this shade getting pan. Yeah, it'll be a minute for that, and then this one as well. So, you know, after that, it'll be only those two. So hopefully by next year, this will have pan in every single shade. But yeah, there's this one. And the rest are, we don't know what's gonna happen with the rest. You know, all the rest have like fairly, I don't know, light usage. Well, except for this one. This is my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. This actually does have quite a bit of usage. Obviously, that one's almost gone. This one has pan. This one has pan. These are kind of like the shades I use that are like everyday shades that I grab whenever, I don't know, one of my palettes or an eyeshadow doesn't have it in it. This is a nice like everyday, and yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep using it as I use it. We'll see what happens with it, but I'm not currently like panning it or anything like that. The other, I guess, palettes I would say that have some usage, because I am trying to use it, I mean, I guess as much as possible, but it's gonna be this little Z palette and then this Z palette as well. This is that blush from before. This is a MAC shadow. This is a Makeup Geek. This is Makeup Geek. This is MAC. And then the rest of these, other than this one in the corner, are all going to be my Urban Decay Vice palette. I don't remember which Vice palette it was, but I depotted all of it. This is a sample pigment, I think from the Balm, that I got in an Ipsy quite a long time ago. I would like to use that one up, actually. That would be great. But yeah, these I kind of use. I have, I don't know, they have some usage on it, because if there's a look that I feel like it needs just a little something, I'll use one of these or something from over here. Again, these are all my Vice palette, except for this red right there. That's actually a Natasha Denona sample eyeshadow that I received from like a Sephora points program. I actually haven't used it yet, but I was like excited because I was like, I'm never gonna be able to use Natasha Denona, at least like not for a while, because my collection like got big for a minute and I'm not gonna be able to buy like eyeshadow for quite a long time. So I was like, this is my way that I can like taste it. But I really didn't even need to taste it because I just have so many shadows I can't even get to it. But yeah, so these are gonna be, I guess, like the next ones that are like a little bit older, have a little bit more wear and tear, and because now they are depotted and like in single format, I do kind of use them a little bit more in terms of like just, I don't know, grabbing them a little bit more. I think maybe next I'll go ahead and talk about the two palettes that I'm like, I can't wait to like pan these because they were in my project 20 uses, and it was just so nice to like, I don't know, use them and like kind of like fall in love with them again, or like really like see everything that they can kind of potentially do. The next one I'm going to talk about is going to be my Lorac Unzipped palette right here. This one is so pretty and it's just like right up my alley, and it does have some like good uses on it. It would be lovely to put this in like a project. I don't know, I probably really, what I think I'm going to be doing from here on out is do a project pan in everything where I hit pan on every single shade and then do a 100 uses and then throw it into my pan that palette, just because the nature of how I pan palettes is so dang slow. It just allows me to get a little bit more of a heads up, and plus like the rest of my collection has such minimal use on it, it's just going to be a little bit easier to then like once I get to actually like on pan that palette watch, it'll hopefully go a little bit quicker and not take like 2, 3, 4 years to pan a palette. So, I mean, it technically still will because of all the processes that I'm actually like putting it through. But again, I don't know, it'll be like a little easier mentally, I think. So yeah, this is one that I would love to have in. Another one is going to be the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. Again, these like shades are just so pretty. Like really, there's the peaches are so pretty. You know, some of these like darker, murkier shades are not as like appealing, but the peaches like really get me, and these shades over here are really pretty as well. Again, and then also this one was also one that was, you know, between my Too Faced chocolate bonbons palette and this one, which is the Tartlet in Bloom. This was one that I was like, yeah, maybe I'll pan this next time. I think that I'll put this through the process of, you know, all the different stages and then get to it. And I don't know, I just like all these colors are so beautiful and lovely and amazing, and I can't wait. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit. So yeah, those are kind of ones that I'm just really excited about. However, there are some classics that I've been ignoring that are always in the back of my mind. I think because Amber F like did a pan that palette, you know, I think it was like her first pan that palette, and so it's always going to be like, it's gonna be epic. I need to like pan these one day. And those are my Urban Decay Naked palettes. We have the Naked 3, Naked 2, and Naked 1. I don't know, I just like love these palettes. They're older, but they're still just classics. I still love them. Yeah, this would be lovely to pan. It's very similar to the Lorac palette. And then I don't know though, there are like quite a few shades that look exactly the same, but I mean, I love these pinky colors, so I'm actually, I don't know, I'm kind of okay with it. I mean, I'm sure whenever I actually pan it, I will get super tired of it, but like looking at it, it still brings me joy. Next is the Naked 2. This is actually the first Naked palette that I ever got, and it's beautiful, and I need to use it way more. And then the original Naked palette, a classic. What can I say? One day, one day. Okay, and then we'll talk about, let's do the other two chocolate palettes. So I have the Chocolate Bar Semi-Sweet right here, a little bit more warmer tone of a palette. And then my regular chocolate bar, again, really pretty. There still are like those purples are really dud shades, but a nice neutral palette. Okay, again, I guess I'm just like always thinking of this in terms of panning palettes, just because that's where my mind is, because I am like very much the mentality of like, I need to finish everything in my collection. I don't know. I guess it's one of those things where it's like, as a kid, I was always taught to finish my plate, so which can be detrimental, but yeah, that's just what it was. So yeah, finishing these palettes, I mean, I don't think I will ever be able to, but just with how slow I pan, I'm sure it'll go very bad by the time I ever you know, really do something with it. But my Jaclyn Hill palette, that one would love to pan. I would love to hit like, you know, pan and everything, just all of it. Oh gosh, it would just be amazing. It's so warm tone. I don't know if I would like get along with it still, but it's just one, it's so massive and so exciting and such a big, it's just like such a big palette compared to everything else in my collection. I just think it would be so cool. Okay, and then I guess we'll just go through the rest of them just for the sake of it. This is a Naked Cosmetics palette. It has 3 shades right here, a green, a orange, and a plum purple. And it's just all shimmers, a nice little trio. Yeah, I would, you know, again, love to pan this. And then I have my Naked Basics. So this is going to be the Naked Basics 2. I actually do want to, you know, get rid of these pretty soon because the packaging is kind of like that soft touch NARS packaging, and it is starting to get a little tacky, like sticky a little bit, you know, how that happens whenever it gets older. I think it's just like wearing down a little bit, but yeah, here we go. This is the first Naked Basics, the original. And then the Ultimate Naked Basics. This one doesn't have that problem. It's all like plastic, so that's nice. And it just does have like some really great shades. Okay, and then this palette that we've been seeing many a time. This is the inside of the Kaleidoscope palette with the drawer over here of the blush, highlight, and bronzer. Again, this one also would be such a massive one to pan and so great to pan. And it's so bulky, it would be great to get it out of my collection. And then this is the eyeshadow portion of the It Cosmetics beauty book. It's really pretty. I do like it. Okay, we have our Amethyst palette from RK Beauty. Again, I've just watched this. It looks really pretty. Yeah, I mean, this is like, the rest I think are gonna be like really the most, well, not the most, but some of these are very colorful compared to the rest of my collection, this one included. We have kind of a muted purple pinky colored story, and this is the Studio Makeup On The Go eyeshadow palette, and this is cool tones. Again, this was like a BoxyCharm situation. I think they also had like a warm tone one, but I'm so glad I got the cool tone. This is the Kylie Cosmetic Burgundy palette. Really, I love this because I did pan the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, and this one reminds me, it's not the same color story, but it's in that family, so I do like it because when I am feeling that kind of color story, I do have this to kind of fall back on. So this one is the Winky Lux Kitten palette. This was in my Project 20 pan. I think I don't really like this palette. I think that one day when I use up some of my, you know, eyeshadows that are in my Z palettes, I can depot this, and I think I'll find more inspiration like with this in a different color story, because I see it and I'm just so challenged by it. Like there's nothing in here that's quite inspiring. So in terms of like all the colors together, but you know, it's a decent palette. Then we have this Laura Geller Baked eyeshadow palette. It's so pretty. One day. We have probably my most colorful palette. This is the Violet Voss palette. This is the Essentials. You know, orange, yellow, green, purple, pink. You know, this is lots of, it's actually like, I really don't like blues. You know, a very controversial thing. Again, that's the sarcasm. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the blues, so this is actually kind of one of the most perfect, like, colorful palettes, at least for me in my collection. And then last but not least, we have this Too Faced palette. This was a gift, and it's kind of like dusty rose with some plummies. It's a Funfetti palette. Okay, so these are my single eyeshadow collection, single / cream / stick / pigments. There's not much singles, which I'm really happy about because I don't really reach for singles that often. I mean, I do technically have singles because they're in my Z palettes, but they are compacted into palettes, so that's nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and start at the very top over here on my MAC pigments. These ones are the smaller, like they came like pack pigments, which I definitely would not get these big ones anymore. I don't even know if they sell the big ones anymore because they're just like so much pigment in it. But yeah, anyways, we'll start. This is Sun Pepper. This is actually in my Project 20 uses right now. I have like it kind of in one of these containers. It's a little easier to pick up with them. So yeah, there's that one, Sun Pigment, or Sun Pepper. This one is navy blue, I believe. Let me see. Naval blue, which it is a navy blue. This one is soft wash gray. Basically describes it perfectly what it is. This one's helium, white lily, and dazzle ray. And then we have over here, this is Bloodline. It's just like really a satin brown. It's great for like lining and deepening out, but it's not anything that I would use like all over the lid, which really does like make it a little frustrating in terms of the fact that I just have so much of it. But yeah, it's a solid color. And then we have Copper Sparkle, Kitsch Miss, Pearl or Pink Pearl, Chocolate Brown, Sweet Sienna, Blue Brown. This one is one that I'm project panning. It's in my Project 100 pan, and it's called Shanting. These two are Edward Best eyeshadows, and these ones, I don't think I'll use them as eyeshadows, but I probably will use them like in my Franken blush one time. But this one's going to be Aura, and this one is Ambience. So this one is Aura. It's really like a gold, like a bronzy gold, and this is Ambience, and it's kind of more of like a peachy pink gold. This is an Urban Decay single. It's called Scratch. This is like a MAC duo. It's pretty old. I do have pan on one side of it, but they are Illusionary and Burning Ambition. I believe that's Illusionary and I believe that's Burning Ambition, but I could totally be wrong. I'm not really sure how it's listed. This is a shadow stick from, oh gosh, from Laura Mercier, and it's an amethyst. It was just a sample. I think it was given out as like a birthday present from Sephora. And this is called, this is Jessica Liebenstein, Vintage by Jessica Liebenstein, and the shade is called Crystal Pink. I think it's more of like a highlighter, but I have it in my eyeshadow. This one's also a highlighter from ColourPop called Might Be, but I do use it as a shadow. I've actually been using it more recently as a shadow for a look that I'm panning right now from my Pan That palette. It's really been helping like really highlight the center. It's beautiful. This one is ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Lala. This one is ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Partridge, which does have a little bit of pan right there. This one is Becca. I think it's a highlighter in Rose Gold, but I'm using it as a shadow because it's just too deep for me. And then one of my favorite is my single shadow from Inspire, I don't really know, but this is what it's called, and it's in the shade Carnival. And the packaging's broken on it, so I really need to use it up before, I don't know, it gets ruined just from being broken. So yeah, those are my eyeshadows, my single eyeshadows. Okay, this is the part of the video where I just start getting very tired of showing all my collection, so I really can't wait for everything to be dwindled down so it doesn't take as long for me to film and it's not as long of a video, and I just don't know. Sometimes I run out of adjectives and like what to talk about, and yeah. But anyways, this is all of my lip product collection. Oh, actually, you know what I did forget to say? We do have a setting spray. This should have been in the first category. It is the MAC Fix Plus setting spray. So that's another category in my collection that is under control. But after that, and after this, that's it. That's going to be the end of the video, which is lovely. We'll start over here with the lip liners. So I have these many lip liners. I have 3 ColourPop lip liners. I'm currently panning this one in Skimpy. It's very much like a light tan type of color, or like nudie. I don't know, a nude is so subjective, but yeah, like my nude, I guess. This one is more of a pinky shade in Bound, and this one's a nice berry shade, and it is in the color called Dukes. And then I have all my MAC eyeliners. This one's in Posy Perfect, Morning Coffee, Good Timing, More to Love, and Burgundy. This one I remember being huge with Bethany Moda. I remember that. And then my last one, this one is I think one from a BoxyCharm. It's from Jante Bleu, and it is in the shade Spice, 955 Spice. Okay, next we'll go into all my lipsticks. These I think are like the categories where it's just like I don't have, well, this too. These are like my single categories, I guess. Yeah, these are like my liquid, which I don't really use liquid anymore, but I have them still, so we'll talk about them. And then the rest are going to be, yeah, the ones that I still have. I have multiple in each brand. So this one first is going to be it was a sample chubby stick from Clinique, and it is in Wop and Watermelon. I guess this one is also from Clinique. Again, it is, I don't know, a pink, and it is bubblegum pop. Definitely looks like it. I think this was I've used part of this in my Franken cream blush that I'm currently panning. So yeah, we'll see. That'll probably be like the next like full lipstick to go in my cream blush, like when I redo my cream blush, just because I've already used so much of it. And then this one isn't from ColourPop, and it is in the shade Bichette. And it is berry red, or burgundy red, I guess, maybe. NARS, this one was like one from the birthday gift from a while ago, and it is a small mini. I don't have the name on it, but it is like a chocolate brown. I can see it, but I can't read it. I know it's there, I just don't know what it is. Another one from NARS, and I think this was also part of a gift or a sample, and it's in Bad Girl. It's a mauvey pink. Mauvey pinks are definitely my most favorite. Bites, we have this one in Glace. Again, though, I think Bite is out of business now, right? So I really do need to use that up. Another NARS, this is in Jungle Red. This is like my favorite and most used red of my collection at the moment. Well, at the moment meaning the last few years, but I don't wear red often, so it's not like a huge thing, I guess. And then this one is Kat Von D in the shade Noble. Right up my alley in terms of pinks, nudie pink. Smashbox in Audition. This one is beautiful. This one I think is like my most favorite type of shade, but I haven't used it much, which I do need to go ahead and get using. It's such a pretty shade. And then Japanesque, this one is in the shade 08. It's this berry, but it really does come off more pinky on the lips. It's kind of like a little bit sheer. Okay, liquid. So this one is from Pretty Vulgar. It's like a metallic liquid, and it's called My Lips Are Sealed. Haven't used it yet. This one is Huda Beauty in Bombshell. Haven't used that either. This one was actually like decluttered onto me, so yeah, it looks great. That looks like a pretty color if I were to ever use it. And then Tartist Lip Paint. It's like a sample in a birthday suit. Okay, these two are from Kiss Cosmetics. No, Kiss New York Professional. I have a red and like a mauve. This one is in Nude, 01 Nude. This one is 06 Passionate Red. These came in, again, that kaleidoscope set. Well, not the same one, but it was a kaleidoscope set from Tarte. I got from Christmas one year. This one, they're pretty true to the outer packaging. This one's called Desire. This one is Enticing, Enchanting, Lacy, and Delight. Okay, onto the MACs. All right, I moved the MACs a little bit closer just so I'm not reaching all the way across. So this one is the one I'm actually currently project panning. It's in Honey Love. A lot of usage on it. Beautiful. This one is in Blankety. Okay, this one is in Whirl. This one's in Brave. This is in Cream Cup. I actually have used a full one of this before. This one's in Retro. I actually used this recently in lieu of that NARS red, just because it was a little bit deeper and not as like boom red. It was like more of like a rusty, or not a rusty red, I guess just like a deeper red. It wasn't like, and less like full-blown red. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it was really a nice mix-up of a red. This is Coral Bliss. This one is A Girl About Town. And this one is in their powder formula. I think, oh gosh, I cannot read this. I cannot read what this one is. But yeah, I think it's something about nice, or I don't know, I can't remember, but it's like a very much a bubblegum pop pink, but like with a bit of an orangey tone underneath it. Like a warmer bubblegum pop pink. So there's that one. Okay, and then my lip glosses, my very last category. So this is my Victoria's Secret lip gloss. This is one I'm currently project panning. It is in Minty Kiss. This is a Tarte one, and I don't have the color name on it, but it is very sparkly, very beautiful. This one's Laura Geller, and it is called Honey Caramel. This is Bare Minerals, and it is called Must Have. This one is actually one of the MAC one that I recently got from rewards from the MAC, back to MAC. It was like right before not right before, like a few months before they shut it down, and it's called Sugar Rimmed. It's such a pretty color. Okay, this one is from Ruby Kisses, and it is called RBL 11 Fairy. And then this one is from Milani, and it's Amore Shine. So there you go. That is my entire collection for you. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know if you have any products that you have in here, what you think about it. I know so many people say my collection is very nostalgic to them because it is vastly made up of a period of time of the beauty community, products from then. So yeah, I totally get it. But for me, this is just my collection. But yeah, let me know what you all think. Let me know, I don't know, if there's like a product that you're like, you need to try this from like each category, let me know. I really want to, yeah, let me know if you have like something that you're just absolutely loving right now from a category that's like in your collection. Would love to hear about it. Not necessarily in my collection, like new stuff. Yeah, just because I mean, I'm on a no buy right now and I'm gonna be for a few years, but it's nice to like hear what, people are loving at the moment. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you all enjoyed, and have a good day. Bye.